Awesome. Well, welcome to Pop Palace.
Mhm.
This is Precious, everybody, and tell us a little bit about yourself and how your journey in music began.
Hi, I'm really excited to be talking with you again. My name is Precious. I started my journey with music when I began learning guitar, which was when I was a teenager. I'd always loved music, but I had begged my mom at a certain point to, if I could have a guitar, to just like get me some sort of acoustic guitar. And so after I'd been begging for one for a really long time, she finally got me one. And so I started self-teaching and I started posting covers to YouTube just of like popular songs, just song covers, and just had a little small, cool group of people who would tune in every week, which made me feel really good about putting music out into the world
Yeah.
and sort of showcasing myself in that way. And then so from there, in college, I became part of a band where we performed at different live shows near campus, doing mostly kind of soulful songs like Anita Baker, Erica Badu, um, and so that gave me kind of an experience to dip my toe into live performances and live singing. And then I would say, as for like how I transitioned into the pop artist that I am now, definitely was kickstarted by COVID. So there was a lot of quarantining going on, and so that really allowed me to spend so much time just inside creating and figuring out different sounds and experimenting with different things. And that's when I started promoting my pop music online, and then that's when I really started getting like a lot more attention from the internet than I ever really had, with people tuning in for my pop music, just really being there for me as an artist. And yeah, that's kind of what brought me to where I am today.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. I
Thank
love
you.
hearing the beginning stories too because everyone's
Mhm.
is so different on how they ended up in music.
Yeah.
When you're starting with acoustic guitars, do you have like a favorite cover you used to sing?
I really liked Frank Ocean's Thinking About You. It's just
Yes.
such a catchy one, but also challenges me vocally in just the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just sounds really beautiful on guitar. So I would say that was probably my go-to.
Oh, I bet that was amazing. I would
Mhm.
have loved to hear that.
Yeah. Do you have like any like acoustic kind of covers that you love to hear people cover?
I love hearing like older pop music turned into like an acoustic chill song. So I've heard a few
Mhm.
renditions of like 80s Madonna on acoustic guitar, which I thought was really
Okay.
fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as an artist, it's important to stay mentally and creatively energized. What forms
Mhm.
of self-care do you practice to help yourself grounded and not overexert your creative energy?
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Some main ones for me would be meditation and mindfulness. So just kind of being aware in as many moments as I can be of, my different senses and my different thoughts and emotions and sensations, and really just always taking a moment to breathe in life. I know that sounds like a lot, but like just taking a moment to breathe in life and just remember, um, where I am in the world, especially when things start to stress me out that really aren't that serious. Like, if a song isn't going the way I want it
Hmm.
to, or if someone's not getting back to me in a certain time frame, and just like remember um, that just become mindful again of the gratefulness of what I'm doing and the way I get to live every day, and really just bringing my mindset back there. And then another one that's really big for me is actually listening to and discovering new music, because I've always loved music. That's what made me do music. I just really loved listening to and experiencing music. So I need to sometimes remind myself, instead of like constantly creating music and working on music, to remember to listen and consume music as well and draw inspiration from that.
Yeah, definitely. I love that.
Thank
I
you.
find myself doing the same thing with the new music. A lot of
Hmm.
times I'll get stuck in like the rut of listening to my old regular like
Hmm.
playlist and then I
Hmm.
realize I feel so uninspired, but it's because I haven't introduced anything new
Yeah.
into my stream of like creativeness.
Yeah, that's definitely even something I still have to remind myself even recently, is like, okay, stop just listening to your favorite songs from high school. Like, there's still beautiful things being made all the time. Like, put new things into your rotation,
Right.
kind of.
Yeah. So, how has your Nigerian-American heritage influenced your sound and artistry?
I definitely feel like my Nigerian heritage has influenced me really greatly, and especially in contrast to me being born in America and being surrounded by those American sounds too. Um, it's uh, it's definitely influenced me to have to have that sort of upbeat vibe. Especially, of course, when I am doing Afro-pop, when I am doing Afrobeat, or even when I am just doing pop outside of that. It's like tends to have an upbeat kind of dancey vibe, and that's definitely uh, greatly present in Nigerian music, and especially the ones that I listened to growing up. It's very dancey, definitely makes you want to move, and so that's definitely seen in the kind of music that I make. And then, of course, like it has directly influenced the Afro pop songs that I put out. So I know I put out a lot of different kind of sounds, while they all generally do have the same kind of vibe. But I'm always gonna like put out an Afro pop song here and there, just because I do like I did love the Nigerian sound that I grew up around, and I always want to be able to um, draw inspiration from that for my music.
Yeah, definitely. And your music, you can really feel that in your music. It's really upbeat, and like most of the
Mm-hmm.
time I play it like either on the way to class when I'm like in the morning and I need to like brighten my mood and get like that energy
Uh-huh.
going, or like, before work, because I work in a retail, so I have to be very like
Mm-hmm.
talking and on the point. And so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that
Yeah.
upbeat really helps.
I love that. And
Yeah.
I used to work in retail, so I'm like wondering if um I should have been playing my own music too, like on the way, so I could be prepared for the
No,
day.
yeah, I really do. Like, I work at the mall and I have to deal with people all day, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like in the back of my head, it makes me feel like, a little powerful. Yeah, I love it.
That's really cool.
So, speaking of your song Sweet Like has such a captivating vibe.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired that song?
Yeah, so I feel like it's a no-brainer that I'm a feminist. And
Hmm.
there's just certain feelings that I have in terms of heteronormative ideas, and just being unimpressed with a lot of the stereotypes pushed onto women by society, by men, and then, experiencing different men in life too who just sort of uphold certain heteronormative ideals, and kind of just being tired of it and wanting to make a cute little song about it that's still like, it's not like a completely just angry song though, but it's fun and satirical. um and so yeah, it was just really coming from a place of um being in think piece mode, if that even makes sense,
Yeah.
but also like integrating that with me being a pop artist who does have a cutesy vibe. And yeah, it's just something that I made to be satirical, and I assumed that it would be something that like everyone would be able to catch the way it's not serious.
Hmm.
Even though I would say there's been probably just one or two people I've experienced who thought the lyrics of the song were serious and straightforward.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a satirical, cutesy, feminist vibe.
Yep. You can totally feel that through the music. And
Hmm.
I feel like not everything has to be, if it's a serious subject, it doesn't have to be a serious, like,
Hmm.
hardcore song. It could still be fun and upbeat.
Yeah, and I'm really glad to like have accomplished that with the song, because you can just turn it on like when you're working out or on a drive, and it's just
Hmm.
not that serious, but it also, the message is like of kind of a more serious matter, but it sounds like anything you could just listen to.
Yeah, definitely. So, say you're talking to somebody that's never heard your music before.
Hmm.
What few words would you use to describe your sound or your like overall
Hmm.
artistry?
Um, that's in a few words. I would say that my sound is something that has a very clear early 2000s influence, and what else? And uses a lot of harmonies and bridges. That's kind of how I would simplify it, I
Yeah,
guess.
definitely. And what if you could describe your music as a color, what color would you pick?
Um, I know this is probably like such an obvious answer, but yeah, I think I would say pink.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else.
I love it. Pink is yeah, I literally just you can't see it right now, but I just dyed my hair pink again and I'm like
Oh
feeling I'm
wow.
finally back in my full form.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to dye my hair pink, honestly.
It's so fun. Like ever since I started Pop Palace, I started with pink hair and I've kept it
Hmm.
going and I'm like I can't change.
Oh, that's cool. Do you feel like it's something that came with like a new identity with like starting Pop Palace for
Yeah,
you?
almost. Like, so I originally started Pop Palace kind of like I go to music school and I'm over all the like straight indie boys only liking straight musicians and like
Yeah.
everyone upholding all like the white men. And so then I was like,
Hmm.
fuck it, we're gonna talk about the women and the queer people doing even better work. And then I was
Okay.
like, you know what? They also like I don't know, I grew out my hair kind of as like I don't know. I just want it to be as non-normal as possible, especially
Hmm.
being in like Oklahoma. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just push the norms a little bit.
Okay. That's really dope that you set out to do that and create those amplification of those voices. That's really cool.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Can you walk us through your songwriting process? Is it like a linear process or is it something that kind of
Mhm.
comes from all over the place and then creates into like one piece? Yeah.
I would say it's probably more of a linear process because it kind of usually does just go the same way every time. So I usually start with making the music, so producing the beat, just knowing what kind of beat I want, what kind of vibe I'm going for. I use GarageBand currently.
Hmm.
And then after I have the beat together, then I create the melody, which is usually just done by humming over the beat, just trying out different humming patterns to see what's catchy and what sticks for me. And then the last thing I do is really just fill in the melody with lyrics based on what I feel like the song's theme should be. And usually the lyrics part is like the quickest and easiest part for me. And before that does take the longest. But yeah, that's pretty much my entire songwriting process or song creating process.
Yeah. Have you used other platforms besides GarageBand? This is like a personal curiosity because
Hmm.
I've tried GarageBand and it's been like really hard for me, but then I've
Hmm.
tried other programs and it's been difficult, but in a different way.
GarageBand is the only one I've used. So honestly, I'm still on GarageBand because I am so used to it and comfortable with
Yeah,
it and not ready for change. Which I'm sure the other ones, like I'm actually probably certain the other ones have probably have more and better to work with and might even have an easier interface. Um, so I would say GarageBand definitely is a learning curve when you're first starting out and when you're first getting to know how to use it. But I think after you just get over the hump of trying to like identify all the different aspects of it and what they mean, it's pretty easy to use. For me, it's pretty easy to use, and I'm really sticking to it religiously
yeah,
because it's easy.
yeah. Especially if you already know how to do it, then staying on the same platform is really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Do you prefer writing solo or do you enjoy collaborating with other artists and producers?
I really do. I mean, I hate to say it, but I really do prefer writing solo writing. But maybe that's because I haven't. So the last time I had work with co-writers was when I was signed, and that was a pretty long while ago. And I haven't really, since being independent again, I haven't done that since. So I'm not sure if maybe now it's just a comfortability thing or or what it is, but I do definitely feel like I just prefer songwriting alone. But I would say when it comes to things like producing or having other people produce for me, that's something I'm very open to because also um I know that I'm not a award-winning producer. I know that there's always more that I can learn or take from in terms of producing. So like that's something that I'm always open to.
Yeah, definitely. So kind of speaking of collaborators, if you did choose to have one and it could be anybody, who would you have in mind?
um I I feel like my answer for this would always just be Beyonce.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be definitely the highest of the high in terms of uh, achievements of who I'm collaborating with.
Hmm.
So yeah, if that ever happened for me, that would be really amazing.
Do you plan on going to Cowboy Carter?
I went to a Renaissance,
Uh,
and now Cowboy Carter, and then I know she's doing Act 3, and
hmm.
I'm really trying to budget
Yeah.
myself to see. Okay, so like, when she announces Act 3, are you gonna be able to show up if you also go to this? I'm really trying
Yeah,
to
that's
like just
fair.
figure it out, but definitely either Act 2 or Act 3. I'm definitely going to one of those.
Hmm. I really want to go, but and it's not
Mhm.
too far from me. It's just in Houston, but
Mhm.
we'll see how the tickets seem.
Oh yeah, Houston will probably be a really good show.
I know, right? But I feel like that might be the hardest one to go to. But
Yeah.
so iconic.
Yeah.
Okay, so lastly at Pop Palace, we love asking our guests to create their own royal court of musical influences. Who would be a part of your court and then who would be on the throne?
Okay, so royal court. So these means does that mean the main or the top people?
Yeah, so like one top person and then like a few people like
Oh,
a
okay.
little bit underneath them.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, definitely at the top would be Beyonce. And then
Hmm.
the other people in the court would be people like Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, Little Mix, SZA, let me see, Janet Jackson, definitely. Um Stevie Wonder, and I think that's all I can think. I mean, I listen to a lot of music, and
Yeah.
I love a lot of artists. I can honestly probably name them forever, but those are the first ones that come to mind in terms of like, oh, like these are the big ones who've inspired me.
Hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Did you like Abracadabra, Gaga's new
I
song?
did. I'm really excited because
Yeah.
it definitely seems like we're going back to her roots.
Hmm.
I'm excited
I
about
can't
it.
wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. I know our
Mhm.
audience is going to be so excited to listen.
Yeah, I'm so thankful for you thinking of me and wanting to interview
Of
me. It really means
course.
a lot.
Yeah, I was so excited. And then I was going to see would it be okay to release it on the 24th of February?
Oh yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'll let you know if anything changes, but it was great to like meet you on actually talking.
Of course, and thank you. I hope you have a beautiful